Hi guys, Mons here. On this episode of Ball in Mons, we're going to be looking at the Premier League Game Week 31 prediction and risky pick alerts. Just before I get started, if you're already subscribed to my channel so far, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. So, if you're new on my channel, the format I do for my prediction is I list the fixtures, I give my picks, and then I go through the rationale for my picks. Like I said, my risky pick alert record, 17 and 13, is looking very, very good. So, let me just get started here. So, obviously, we start on a Friday night. We go for the Bournemouth versus Manchester United game. We're going for a Manchester United win here. Risky pick alert. My risky pick alert for this week is Brighton to beat Liverpool. Fulham versus Burnley. I'm going for a Fulham win here. Everton versus Chelsea. This could go down as a risky pick alert, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go for an Everton win here. I'm going to go then Leeds versus Brentford. I'm going for a Brentford win here. Newcastle versus Sunderland. I'm going for a Sunderland win here. And Aston Villa versus West Ham. I'm going for Aston Villa win. And finally, Spurs versus Nottingham Forest. I'm going for Nottingham Forest win, of course. So I'm just going to go through my rationale for this. So for the first game, it starts on the Friday night. Bournemouth versus Manchester United. Another huge game for Manchester United. Every single game we can see for Manchester United, especially trying to secure that Champions League spot. For me, I'm not going to jinx it. I think we should be okay in terms of qualification for the Champions League. But like I said, I'm not going to jinx it. Bournemouth away, always tough. Down in their place. And also, Bournemouth are this draw specialists, especially in the last couple of weeks. And in the last 6 games, I think they've had 2 wins and they've had 4 draws. Like I said, Man United had a very, very good win against Manchester United had a very, very good win against Aston Villa. Can we go again? Can we get another win? Can we get another win? The win against Aston Villa was very, very good, but can we go again and get another win? That's the question. I think Šeško starts this one. I think Mbeumo probably gets dropped because he's been poor for the last couple of weeks, and he hasn't got the golden assist to mask his disaster class like he usually does. And then I'm going for the next one. Is my risky pick alert. My risky pick alert for this week is for Brighton to beat Liverpool. So Brighton had a brilliant 1-0 win away to Sunderland. Sunderland is never an easy place to go. Not many teams have won there this season, but Brighton had a very, very, very good win against them. Brighton are going to be home against Liverpool. Liverpool, obviously, main focus is Europe until they get knocked out. And I hope they get knocked out. They're playing on Wednesday, so I hope Liverpool get knocked out of Europe. For me, Liverpool against Spurs, Spurs actually deserve to get something out of that Liverpool game, and which they did. Liverpool were very, very poor against Spurs. Spurs have been punching back for every single team, most of the teams so far this season, but Liverpool couldn't get a win against them, and Liverpool were home. So that speaks a lot about that Liverpool team, in my opinion. I'm breaking Brighton to win this one. With Brighton, you never know what you're going to get, but I'm rocking with Brighton this weekend to beat Liverpool. The next one is Fulham versus Burnley. For me, I think Burnley know they're down. However, the teams, like, for example, Burnley and Wolves, they have nothing to play for, but they're wrecking everyone else's season. Like, Wolves had a brilliant draw against Brentford on Monday night, and obviously Burnley, but I just think Fulham are going to be too strong for them. I think can Fulham push to get a top 10 finish this season, or maybe push for one of the European places like the Conference, maybe. But I'm going for Fulham winning this one. Excuse me. So next one is the Everton versus Chelsea. Chelsea got embarrassed in Europe. Absolutely embarrassed in Europe. And I think my guy Limmer Senior is in the hot seat. I feel bad for him because those players, they're brain dead. Those players are absolutely brain dead. Those Chelsea players are absolutely brain dead, in my opinion. They can't. I don't think they can follow instruction. Maybe they just don't respect them, in my opinion. Those Chelsea players are brain dead. But for me, I think they just can't follow instructions, or maybe they just don't respect them, and they don't respect Liam. With Everton, I'm expecting them to win at home. I know the Hill Dickinson, the new stadium, hasn't been their fortress like it was Goodison Park, but I think eventually they're going to start getting big wins there, some statement wins there. And what I would say about Liam Senior is, I like him, but I always think he tries to be. I like Liam Senior, but what I would say is he always tries to be the smartest guy in the room, which is not a good look if you aren't getting the results. If you're getting the result, fair enough, people are going to listen to you. But if you aren't getting the result and you're trying to be the smartest guy in the room, you every single time you try to make look smart, you're gonna end up looking stupid, in my opinion. And that's what's been happening to Liam in the last couple of weeks. So I think in this one, like I said, I'm going for an Everton win in this one. So the next one I'm going to go for is Leeds versus Brentford. I think Leeds needs this win. And I know I picked Brentford to win, but Leeds for me, this is a must-win game for them. They're home. They're being dragged back into that relegation battle, which has been cleared off a couple of weeks ago, and they've had a couple of poor results lately. And I think they're only 2 points ahead of the relegation zone. And I think Leeds need to win this one. But I don't think Brentford are going to let up because I think Quito's going for one of them European place because he's had a fantastic season. And I'm picking Brentford to win this one. Newcastle versus Sunderland. Uh, you know what they say about this derby. This is the time where derby. Newcastle versus Sunderland. This time where derby. High intensity, passionate game. I think the team that deals with emotion and the passion the best is going to win this game, and I'm going for Sunderland win. I think Newcastle are going to be exhausted from being in Europe. They have a big game in Europe. I think that's going to take over them mentally, and they're going to struggle to come back mentally away Spain to come back to beat Sunderland, in my opinion. And I think Sunderland want to win this game. I'm going for a Sunderland win in this one. Aston Villa versus West Ham. This is going to be a tough one because I want West Ham. I hope West Ham win this one, but I have to go for Aston Villa because they know they have to stop the rot. They had a poor show at Old Trafford on Sunday. I think Aston Villa know they have to stop the rot. And Nuno, can you do something for me in this game? I know I picked Aston Villa to win, but I would be delighted if I see West Ham win. I want to see West Ham stay up because I think that West Ham team deserve to be in the Premier League, and I think the players are way too good to go down, in my opinion. And I love Nuno is one of my favorite managers in the Premier League. It's going to be a tough one, but I think Villa are just gonna win. And you're looking at Unai Emery, quality manager. I think this is the business end of the season, and we're going to see a couple of Unai Emery masterclass to see out the season, in my opinion. The biggest one for the weekend for me, Spurs versus Forest. This is going to be the biggest hate watch for me, in my opinion. I can't wait to watch it. I'm praying for a Spurs downfall. I am praying for a Spurs downfall so bad in this one. I hope Nottingham Forest go to Spurs and get something. No, you don't have to win. Just get something. Get a point. But if you win, it's going to be an added bonus. But I'm going for Forest win in this one. I just don't trust Spurs. The implication for the losers of this game is huge. You could be looking at relegation, in my opinion, if you lose this game. I think this game is going to be a tough watch, and I think this game is going to come down to individual brilliance, and I think Morgan Gibbs-White is going to be the difference in this game. I think individually, Morgan Gibbs-White is probably going to be the best player on the park, and I think they're going to win this game. I think Morgan Gibbs-White is going to win. I think Morgan Gibbs-White is going to win this game for Nottingham Forest, so I'm going for a Forest win. Thank you very much for being to the end of my video. Do appreciate all the support. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Peace out.